Hey guys, Slamfy92 here again, and today with episode number 6 of Random Hybrid Squads, bringing this series back as I quite enjoyed it when I did it, and now I have some more time to upload again. I definitely wanted to bring this series back to you guys. So as you can see on the screen right now, we are once again on random.org and let 10 numbers be selected for us by this randomizer. And just quickly talking about this episode, I will actually have a Gold Cup walkthrough in the end. Usually I tended to have just golds I scored with these teams, but for a change I thought let's just show a Gold Cup walkthrough, and I think from now on I will do so as well in the other upcoming episodes, if I of course succeed in winning the Gold Cup. Other than that, I will just probably show golds once again as usual in the, I think, earlier episodes. But as you can see, we now have all the numbers selected for us, and now we are on the web app, quickly going through the goalkeepers on the 11th page. The third player is actually Ochoa or Okoa, not 100% sure how to pronounce this. Anyways, goalkeeper, so pretty lucky there in this choice. Then for the defender, we move on to the 9th page, and the 4th player on there is actually a bronze, very bad player called Borrajo or Borrajo. Once again, not sure on the pronunciation 100%. Anyways, pretty average or less than average bronze player there. Nonetheless, the midfielder is going to be none other than Jack Wilshere from Arsenal, as you can see there. So very cool midfielder there to have for my squad. And then finally moving on to the attacker of the team, he's going to be on the 12th page, now scrolling all the way through there to the 5th player on that page, and it's actually going to be Salpingidis. Pretty good stats on him once again, and a gold player, so not too bad there at all. And then finally for the formation, as usual, just going through all the players, and the 3rd player on the 3rd page actually has the 4-2-3-1 formation, and that is the formation we are going to use for this episode. And now moving on to the squad building part of this video, guys. Alright, so here we are at the squad builder, 4-2-3-1 formation, and in goal we do have Ochoa. Pretty good, solid stats all around, nice reflexes, also 6'1" tall and very cheap as he is a non-rare goalkeeper. Right back Borrajo or Borrajo, 69 pace. Other than that, pretty crappy stats overall, but I guess not too bad for a bronze player there. Then Wilshere, very good stats on him, very good all-round player, high work rates, which I really liked about him, but I will talk later about that more. And then up front, Salpingidis, 87 pace, but also good shooting, good dribbling, and good passing as well. 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, and I think he's got a high attacking work rate, medium defensive work rate. So moving on to the two center backs of the team. First one is going to be Pierce, and he plays for New York Red Bulls as well. 77 in pace and pretty good all-round stats in my opinion there. Also 4-star weak foot and 3-star skill move, which is kind of crazy on him. Then the center back next to him is actually Pular, and he's only got 30 in pace, but I needed him for chemistry reasons, and he actually wasn't too bad at all. 6'3" there. If you look apart from the pace, he's got some good stats defensive wise. Left back is Clichy with 89 pace there to kind of compensate the low pace of Pular. Also 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, which is always nice. Then the second center defensive midfielder is the informed Kone. Very good, solid all-round stats on him, especially the in-game stats. If you check them out, he's got some really good high balance stats in-game, especially of course for a silver card, so very good player there. Then the left center attacking midfielder is going to be the inform Walcott, 96 pace on him, which is crazy, 82 dribbling, 77 shooting, pretty good player there. And he's of course very fast and is mainly there for chemistry reasons, because I don't tend to use these players with the extreme pace. Anyways, right center attacking midfielder is going to be Fetfatsidis, 82 pace, 81 dribbling, and of course the 5-star skill moves, and he's a very enjoyable player to play with on this game. And then to sum this team up, Christodoulouopoulos, very cool name there on him. He gives perfect chemistry to Kone and also has got some good all-round stats and a high attacking work rate compared with his low defensive work rate, so quite a nice player there as well, and especially of course for 700 coins you can't really complain. So this is the team, and now let's move on to the gameplay, and once again I will talk more about this team. So goalkeeper Okoa, he was decent, nothing too special about him. The two center backs were pretty solid, especially of course concerning Pular, only has got 30 pace. Once again, if you kind of adapt to that, and he was next to a very pacey center back with Pierce, who actually is a very good player. Didn't use him ever before on Ultimate Team, but he's a very good solid player, very tall, 77 in pace. and good defending stats as well, so you can't really complain about him there at all. And then Poulard, you didn't really notice him in the games, to be honest, which can only be a positive concerning a player who only has 30 pace. Kind of compensated, of course, by Clichy with the 89 pace. And I played on defensive with this team just to make sure that they were solid at the back and I wouldn't get caught on corners, on counter attacks, and they actually were really solid together. Right back Borracho, didn't notice him too much in the game, which once again is only a positive thing you can say about a bronze player in a rather gold or silver hybrid team playing in the Gold Cup, so that's kind of cool about him. And then the two CDMs worked really well together, especially Wilshere, of course, with high work rates. Really good player in my opinion. He was everywhere on the pitch. Good passing, good shooting, good dribbling all around, and good ball control in general. So he was kind of the playmaker of the team. And Kone, just with his all-round very good stats, as you could see earlier on his card, he was a fantastic player to fit perfectly into that squad there, in my opinion. And then the star player of the team, apart from Wilshere, of course, was the in-form Walcott. Now, I don't think he feels like he's got 96 pace in game, but that is not too big of a deal because he's very fast nevertheless, and his finishing and his shooting is actually very good on this game. And you can use his burst of acceleration to kind of use that, a fake shot stop if you just press X and then A without holding any direction on the left stick. It's very effective with him, and with his good finishing, his good shot power, he's a very good player, and he's actually kind of well suited for the left center attacking midfield spot in the 4-2-3-1 formation there, in my opinion. Right center attacking midfielder was Fed-Fatzidis. Not much to talk about him. He was okay. He's got 5-star skill moves, only 3-star weak foot, which is kind of disappointing, but nevertheless still a very good player, and a silver player with over 80 pace and over 80 dribbling is always nice to have in your team. Christodoulopoulos, the player with the awesome name, was actually a very good player as well, especially of course with his work rates. He always hits up very far, almost right next to the striker Salpingidis in this team, and he worked just really well all round in this team together. And then finally Salpingidis, very good pace on him there is his main stat, of course, but still he's got very good shooting. His finishing is very decent, even though I think he only has a 3-star weak foot. I still scored quite a nice goal with his weak foot as well. And overall, the team was pretty enjoyable to play with, and as you can tell already, I in the end won the Gold Cup with this team, which kind of shows that it works out pretty well altogether as well. And now that I'm finished talking about the team, I can actually talk a little bit about the gameplay in the background. We are now in the semi-finals of the Gold Cup, and Kone scores a very nice goal against this pretty pacey Ligue 1 team in the 3-5-2 formation. Always kind of tough to break down, but the 4-2-3-1 formation is just very solid, especially of course if you play on defensive. Very tough to break down, even if you haven't got the fastest player in the back, such as I had with Poulard, and they work really well together, and it's probably one of my most favorite formations on this game. And here, just a lovely passing move, and then finished off with a beautiful chip there. Chip volley by Theo Walcott, the in-form version. Very good finish there by him, giving me the 2-0 lead, and he only managed to get one goal back here. Very bad defending on my behalf. The bad positioning by me, and Valbuena smashed it into the bottom corner. Anyways, the score in the end was 2-1 after he goes with a shush celebration, and this kind of indicated for me that he was probably going to send me a stupid message after the match, which we will of course be able to see here in just a second. At the beginning I actually for a second wanted to reply to him something like go back to school instead of playing Xbox, but in the end I decided against it, pretty much because it just wasn't worth my time, and I think he wouldn't have taken my advice anyways. And now we move on into the final after applying a fitness card to the whole team, just to make sure we have the best options possible for going into the final. And as you can see on the screen right now in just a second, we come up against a Russian league team, quite a pacey team, but he actually had, as you can see right now, Mikoli in there. I think he just rested another player for this game, maybe Eto'o, who would have fit into this very pacey team. But what didn't really fit was his 3-back line, because he had quite slow defenders there, and his front 5 players were very fast, and his backline was very slow. So that kind of confused me a little bit. And Theo Walcott, once again, as I talked about him earlier, that fake shot stop, very, very effective with him using that burst of acceleration. Once again, very nice goal here by Walcott as well after a little chip through ball there into him in the 23rd minute to give me the 2-0 lead already. And here it's Salpingidis on the ball, almost losing it, but then regaining possession and then kind of off balance, a very nice shot with his left foot. So once again, he can score some weak foot shots as well in the 43rd minute to give me a 3-0 lead already. And then the final goal in this match is going to be this one here. Fetfasidis kind of, very, very lucky, and then turns quickly on his left foot, and just a wonderful finish by him into the bottom corner. And after that, my opponent had enough and decided to rage quit at the stand of 4-0 to me in the final. So this is actually going to be the end of this episode, guys. As always, I hope you did enjoy this episode. Please drop a like rating on it if you did so. Other than that, thanks once again a lot for watching and for listening through this whole commentary, guys. And I will have a lot more videos of, especially of course, of this series out in the soon future. So stay tuned for these videos, guys. Other than that, thanks once again a lot for watching, and I will talk to you later.